Date 3. My wife abandoned me and our 3 kids for her affair partner. 21 years later, she showed up at our door. What we said to her left, her completely speechless. Waited until recess, when Sheila was outside with her class. Started calling to her over a fence crying, making a scene in front of 25 second graders. Sheila handled it differently than Donovan. She calmly asked another teacher to watch her class. Walked over to the fence and in her teacher voice, you know that calm but terrifying tone teacher's perfect, said, I need you to understand something. You gave birth to me, but you are not my mother. My mother is the woman who taught me to ride a bike after you left, who did my hair for prom, who held me when my first boyfriend broke my heart, who's planning my wedding with me right now. That's Marlene. You're a stranger who's disrupting my workplace and scaring my students. Leave now or I'll have the school resource officer arrest you. 10. Francine tried the tears again. Sheila, baby, I'm sorry. I was young, I was stupid. You were 28. That's not young, that's just selfish. And now you're what, 49? Old enough to know better than to ambush someone at work. You want to know the truth. I used to dream you'd come back. I used to imagine what I'd say, how I'd forgive you. How we'd be a family again. But therapy helped me realize something. You leaving was the best thing that ever happened to us. We got Marlene instead. We got a real mother. So thank you for leaving. It was the only good parenting decision you ever made. Security showed up, then Francine left, but she was practically hyperventilating with rage. Friday morning. Yesterday she found Quincy at his college. He was walking to class when she approached this kid. My baby, who never even knew her, just stopped and stared. Quincy, I know who you are. Or who you were anyway. Francine, right. Not mom, not mother. Francine, I'm your mother. Or biologically, sure. But let's be real here. You're a stranger. I don't know your favorite color, your middle name, your birthday. You don't know mine either. You don't know that I'm allergic to shellfish, that I play guitar, that I'm graduating magna cum laude with a degree in mechanical engineering. You do not know that Dad worked double shifts for 3 years to pay for my college so I wouldn't have debt. You don't know that Marlena taught me to drive, that she's the one I caught when I had my first panic attack during finals. You're not my mother. You're just someone who made a choice 21 years ago, and now you're living with the consequences. As she tried to touch his face, he stepped back. Please don't. I don't know where your hands have been. Effing savage. That's my boy. How can you all be so cruel, she wailed. Cruel? Quincy laughed. Lighty Crew was leaving 3 kids under 6. Cruel was never sending a birthday card, never calling to check if we were alive, never giving a shit until you needed something. We're not cruel. We're indifferent. You trained us to live without you, and we got really, really good at it. He walked away, leaving her standing there. Last night, all 3 kids came over for dinner. We needed to talk about this as a family. Donovan was pissed. She's escalating pops. Showing up at our jobs, that's unhinged. Sheila had already started documenting everything. I've got emails going to HR, the principal, everyone. If she shows up again, I'm filing a restraining order. Quincy was the calloused. I don't think she's dangerous, just desperate and probably mentally ill. Normal people don't abandon their kids, then show up 2 decades later expecting a Hallmark reunion. Marlene, my rock, just held my hand through it all. What do you want to do, babe? Honestly, I want her gone. But I also want to know what her end game is. She doesn't strike me as the sentimental type. She wants something. Donovan agreed. Nobody just shows up after 21 years without an angle. She's broke, she said so herself. Bet she's looking for money or a place to stay. Sheila added she said she's been living in her car. Not our problem, Quincy said. She had 21 years to be a parent. She chose California and Jerome instead. Now Jerome's gone and suddenly we're family. Fuck that. That's when the doorbell rang. We all tensed up, but it was just a process server. She's actually suing me for parental alienation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. She wants damages, monetary damages, for the pain and suffering of being kept from her children. We all started laughing, like legitimately laughing. The process server looked confused. But what else could we do? This woman abandons 3 kids, disappears for 2 decades, then sues me for emotional distress. My lawyer, yeah, I called him immediately, laughed too. This is the most ridiculous lawsuit I've ever seen. She has no case. She abandoned them. You have full custody. They're all adults. This will get thrown out immediately, but I'll handle it. Might even countersue for harassment. 1 week later. The lawsuit was dismissed. Took the judge exactly 10 minutes to read it, look at Francine, who showed up representing herself, and say, Mom, you abandoned 3 minor children 21 years ago. You have no standing here. Case dismissed. And if I see you in my courtroom again with frivolous litigation, I'll hold you in contempt. But she didn't stop. She started calling my work, calling Marlena's hospital, leaving messages about how we're destroying a family and how she's going to expose us on social media for being abusive. Then she crossed the effing line. She contacted Shayla's future in-laws. Told them she was Shayla's real mother and that they should know their son was marrying into a broken, dysfunctional family with a violent, controlling father who alienated innocent children from their loving mother. Warren's parents, good people who've known us for 3 years, called Shayla immediately. They didn't believe a word, but they were concerned about what this clearly unstable woman might do at the wedding. That was it. I was done playing defense. I hired a private investigator. Took him exactly 2 days to find out everything. Francine's life in California had been a shit show. Jerome left her for a 22-year-old bartender after draining their joint accounts. She'd been fired from multiple jobs for theft. She had an arrest record, petty theft, bad checks, 1 DUI. She'd been evicted 3 times in the last 5 years.